If you were to walk down the street and ask someone a simple question of what do they love about America, they're going to say one of two things. They're either going to say, well, freedom, or they're going to say democracy. But if they love democracy so much, then why don't they vote? The United States has some of the lowest percentages of active voters of any of the developed democratic countries in the world. And that is a problem. We will not have a country for the people and by the people. We will not have a government that represents us. We'll have something altogether, something of which our founding fathers did not intend for, and in fact fought against. Now, the democratic process is very important because it provides the individual, the citizen, a voice. It gives them a channel so that the government can hear what they have to say, can have the people who the individual, the citizens want in office, in power. That is a country, a government ruled by the people. And that is what we are founded on. And to stay that way, we need you to vote. Now, if you don't vote, there are problems. According to Pew Research, out of 32 developed democratic countries ranked, the United States is number 26 on the list for voter percentages that actually go to the polls. Now, what this does is it really sends a message, a negative message. It shows that we don't care about our own government. If we don't care about peace and peaceful transitions of power and rights of the people, then what message are we sending to other countries, other developing democratic countries that are trying to find their way to base their own government off of our own? Now, what about the generational issue? What if, say, we have a parent, we have someone who has a child, and they decide that voting is not important to them? Well, then the child will have the same idea, and then their child will have the same idea. It might come to a point one day where we might have an entire generation of potential voters not voting at all, because it's not something that is seen as useful or worthwhile to them. The entire idea of representation has been forgotten through the generations. And that's an issue that could very well happen in the near future. The other harm is that competition. Certain states like Hawaii, where there's little political competition, people of opposite opposing views won't vote. You'll never have your voice heard if you do not say something, if you do not cast your ballot. Votes do count. Votes are counted. If you do not challenge the majority opinion, then that majority opinion will never really have to represent anything. Will never have to think, and will never have to actually do anything to stay in power. Now, it can be hard to go vote, understandably. PBS NewsHour found that in 2016, there are 14 states that actually enacted more restrictive voting laws, causing narrower time windows when you're actually able to go and vote. They're pushing back the times of which you can do early voting, and even some requiring photo IDs when you go to vote. It can be tough to have everything on you, especially if you're a busy person. Majority of people nowadays don't even have the time to fit things into their busy schedules and busy lives. They're moving, they're working, they're doing so many things that just fitting in and finding the time and finding the right location just isn't in it for them. Now, also one of the biggest and most important and terrible things an individual can do as a citizen is think, my vote doesn't matter. Well, if your vote doesn't matter, then my vote doesn't matter. But I think my vote matters. And I think your vote matters. As every single other citizen's vote. If you think your vote doesn't matter, you are giving up on the system altogether. You don't care what happens to you. That's what the rest of the world sees. That's what's been happening. If we care about who we have in office, we vote in the people that represent us, it will be seen, and we will see a positive difference of which we will all benefit from. Now, there's ways to change this. There are solutions to the problem. Business Insider did do some investigations and found some simple solutions, some institutional solutions. They found times where, well, it might be better to actually extend the early voting period so that there's more time in general for you to vote and to get your vote in to where it can be counted and processed and sent up. They also found possibly making you have reservation blocks and time blocks. Kind of like how you have a reservation in a restaurant where you can say, oh, I'm going to come in at this time. And you come in at that time, you don't have a line. You have only the people that also have that time reserved. You all go in, you vote, you get your little sticker on the way out, slap it on your chest, and you're gone. The rest of the day to do whatever you need to do to go about your business and finish out the rest of your busy schedule for the day. Now, one of the easiest things that you could possibly do is also making it a holiday. What if we have Election Day holiday? We have Memorial Day holiday where we have Memorial Day sales, and we have 4th of July where we have 4th of July events going on. Why can't we have something similar for Election Day? Why can't we have a business where I'll give you a discount, a free little item for walking in with a sticker that says I voted? Why can't we have more places doing this to where it sets the example that voting is what we want to see in society? It's what everyone else wants to see. And have little incentives to make it happen. Now, that's all society, that's all institutional. That takes progress. That takes time to be able to develop all these plans and make it all work and have it all fit together. But what can you do? You can vote. I'm going to vote. I'm going to set the example. During this upcoming election, I'm going to vote for the candidate I feel is best qualified, as I expect you to, as I expect all citizens and people able to vote. If I'll be the example for the rest of the class, I challenge all of you in the class to be the example for your peers, for people outside the class that you know, for your family, to be the one that goes down and shows that they care about the process, about what's actually happening in the world, to put their money where their mouth is and cast their ballot. Go vote. Then, on the way out, you get your little sticker. You wear that sticker all day long. You go about your business, you do this, you go shopping, you go meet friends, you go out to eat, but you're wearing your sticker. You won't even remember it's there. There's going to be times where you're going to be walking down not thinking about anything really. Someone else might be walking opposite you and say, oh, we voted today. It's my turn. I got to vote too. I almost forgot. To fit it into my busy schedule, but I have to do it too. People see it. Another thing you can do is challenge people to vote. Say, hey, did you vote today? Ask your friends. A lot of people you know will have strong political beliefs and views, and most of the time they'll let them know, especially today. So if they care so much, why won't they vote? You make them see that logic. You ask them, hey, did you vote today? Why not? You obviously care about this, and if you care, then you want others to know how much you care. You set the example and set up others to be an example. You carry on the chain to where we have everyone making their voices heard. We have all the people speaking up for what they believe in. And that is democracy. That is the true democratic government of which this country was founded on. Soon, we will have the presidential 2020 election in November. Carry out your plan. You don't have to tell anybody else who you're going to vote for. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the person I vote for is completely against the person that you're voting for. But as long as you vote, I'll respect you that much more. Anyone who sees that you vote, sees that you're someone who's put together, that you care about what's happening in the world. You care about a peaceful end to all the social strife that is happening in the world around us. In our own country, we have places where it's almost chaos. There's really no accountability for anyone or any political party. But you can end that. Create peaceful transitions of power. Put the people in power who you feel represent you, your interests. You're beneficial. You are the people that this country is supporting. The government was made for you. You do not work for the government. Go vote. Go make the government work for you.